Hey guys, it's mcfixit here. Do you wish you had light in your backyard or on a basketball court or someplace else? Then check out the Hykoont SZ300 commercial solar panel light that just shines really brightly, and I'll walk you through the tools, the supplies, and how I installed it and my review of it. We are working on the Hykoont SZ300 commercial solar street light, and I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, talk about the details of it, and show you what it looks like. So we'll go ahead and open up that box. And so as you open it, you will get your instruction guide and how it all works with some troubleshooting, the remote control usage. Everything will be right there for you, and so you can see what everything is included in it and how it all works together. So let's go ahead and open up the box and pull everything out. Has a nice little piece of foam. This thing was triple boxed, which I was really shocked, and I do like that. Pretty lightweight too. I do really like that, and look at all of those LED lights. That thing is going to shine forever. This one does come with the optional post, which is nice as well. You can get longer posts on their website as well. I'll have that linked a couple of different times in this video. So we're just going to set all that off to the side. It does come with a number of attachments. And there is your hardware. Right here is your remote, a very easy to see remote, and pretty self-explanatory. And then don't forget there is the little wrench in there. And then underneath here is this is what you want to be probably most careful with. And again, well boxed, lots of foam. Now let's go through all that is included. Here is a very large solar panel. You have lots of options for hardware, a remote, a bracket for a pole. You do get a little wrench. This is an adjuster bracket. You have this really nice LED light that just has so many LEDs on it that is just crystal clear and super bright. You also get a pole and another little piece right here that just allows you to angle that solar panel how you need to. Here are the tools and the supplies that I use. This is the stuff I ended up purchasing or owning, and then this is what comes with it. So I used a drill, and we used 1 5/8 inch star bit. These things work perfect into a 2x4, which is what we're going to be putting this in. You will need a Phillips screwdriver. This does have a magnetic tip. I would encourage you to do that. Then on each of these screws, I used 4 of them. I have these really big washers, which work really well. And then inside the kit, it does come with this Allen wrench and this other wrench. Then you have the option for some different other hardware. I'm not going to be using this hardware. And then you'll also have the remote that you'll need. So there are 4 different modes. The first one is always on. So when this thing is on, it just keeps going no matter day or night. The second one is a light sensor mode, and that's just controlled by your remote to on or auto. Then the timing mode, you can do 3, 5, or 8 hours. Motion sensor, and so if you hit the M, that'll use 100% when motion is detected, and then 30% when there's no motion detected. And then you can also increase the brightness with the plus or minus sign. First thing it tells you to do is you want to make sure you charge it, but I'm always somebody who likes to see if... So let's go ahead and actually put the batteries in first. They're in this little pouch here. It does come with 2 AAA batteries, which is nice. It's a very simple install. Just push this little button back and go ahead and install both of your batteries. And normally there is some bit of charge to these, and wow, that's bright. I can't even look into that, and it hasn't even been charged for a full time. It just real quick. And so let's go ahead and assemble the light and the solar panel and the small pole that all go together. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and install this bracket to the back of the solar panel. So we're going to go ahead and flip the solar panel kind of face down. You do want to do this on a surface that is not going to ruin your solar panel. And we're going to go ahead and put this just like so. So you're going to need to find 4 little bolts and 4 little nuts like this. This will go into 4 holes, and it will tighten down with a Phillips screwdriver. So I'm going to use this magnetic tip on here to line it up properly, and then drop this down on it, and then we'll go ahead and tighten it down. I'm not going to tighten it all the way down, just get it kind of there. We'll go ahead and do this to all 4 of these. And then we'll go ahead and flip this around and do the same thing on the other side. And then once you have all those, we'll go ahead and tighten these down. Sometimes you do have to put your finger behind it to get it nice and snug. Don't over crank it. This is just, it feels like aluminum underneath, so, but you do want them nice and tight. So we're gonna go ahead and rotate this and get this next bracket. We're gonna put the bottom one in and then decide what's gonna give us the best angle here. And we'll go ahead and screw those down. Same bolts that we had before. Put the bottom one in, find the right angle, put the top one in, and it's the same thing as before. And you're using those same bolts and screws that we did on the first one. This should be quite easier to do because you don't have that little piece. So I'm just going to hand do those, and then we'll tighten them down here in a minute once we get it all set up. I do like that this allows you to change angle. It really will be nice to get the best amount of sunlight we can. It does say you need about 6 to 8 hours of sunlight for this. I'm going to guess kind of more in the middle here, like I have it, is what we're going to need. And then I will fix it as needed, but it's pretty easy. You're just going to remove the top one here on both sides and get the angle where you need it. Hoping I put this one on backwards. The nut should be towards the center. And I'm just going to kind of gently hold the back of it and tighten each one of these down. I like that right there. Go ahead and kind of set this up back like this. So the next step is to put this piece on right here, and we'll be using the bolts to do that. So we're going to install both of the nuts and bolts together on this. This does allow it to angle so you can get some different locations for the sun to hit it, but I'm just going to stick it on there kind of normal. You may have to spin it around. It doesn't fit perfect on the workbench right now, and so I'm just kind of spinning it to get a good location for it. And then you're just going to put the nut on the back of it, and this will allow it to tighten down and to hold into place. Again, it does have that swivel right there, which is nice that you can have that angle control. We're going to flip it around the other way to put the other one on, and then we will tighten them down. And you are given a little wrench which will help tighten this thing down properly. till it's good and tight. Again, you can always come back and change up direction and everything else. I'm going to kind of put this to where it sits a little more off to where I can get it a little tighter. Now you got both sides nice and tight. We'll actually take this and go ahead and put this up and in and through. This will keep it waterproof as well. This piece right here might be wondering what it's for, and these bolts these are for if you're going to use a post or to kind of put it into some kind of concrete base. We're not going to be using any of those. We're actually just going to use some deck screws and washers. So my yard is this direction and the sun sets that direction. So this is going to be perfect to be able to mount this to that 2x4. We're going to be using 1 5/8 inch screws with very large washers. So this is what it's going to look like with those 4 screws and washers installed. So the next step is to go ahead and mount the light. This is going to be using that Allen wrench. And to get started, I'm just going to go ahead and loosen all of these up quite a bit before I even get up there. They are kind of almost all the way down. Once you kind of get it broke, you can do these by hand, which is nice. Then we'll go ahead and pull this out as well. When we get up there, we need to go ahead and make this electrical connection. It will go in only one certain direction. Once you are in, you will push it in and then screw the thing down. This allows it to be watertight and does not allow water to get into it and ruin any of the electronical components. So you do want to make sure you do that right. And then we're going to just shove it back down into the post since the light has a bigger outside diameter. And we'll just keep pushing that down and in. And if you did back everything out far enough, this should slide right on in. Then you'll flip it the correct direction and we'll go ahead and get those 4 Allen wrench bolts snug down tightly. So you want to spend a couple of minutes tightening them to where all the bolts are about the same distance out, and it's tight down to where it's not going to wiggle and move. And you'll see it is already charging by the sun. I'll try to zoom in a little closer to let you to be able to see that. And the sun is still kind of at our backs right now, but this afternoon and evening, it'll all be over there. So we're going to go ahead and let this thing charge for about 8 hours and see what it looks like tonight. So now this has had a full day in the sun. The sun is setting back over here, as you can see. We're just going to go ahead and test to see if it works. And right there, nice and bright. We're going to come back out in a few minutes once it starts to get really dark. But that is lighting up the whole area. So the sun is almost totally set. The sun does, probably can't see my hand, but does set in this area over here. And so we're going to go ahead and kind of walk up. So you'll see how bright that thing is, especially at night. Man, it just shines and kind of lights up my whole backyard. You can see it gets very dark everywhere else, but that light does shine and gives you pretty much light in the entire backyard. It is pretty cool that it is motion censored as well, and just works really well. So I think I'm going to tonight just probably set it on 8 hours, and we'll come back tomorrow and check it out. Okay, now this has been on for almost 8 hours, and it is still really bright. You can see the sun has begun to come up. I really like how well this product works. Here is my unbiased review of this product and what I think about it. This is a really good investment for anyone who has a backyard that you want lit up. The only thing I think I would do different is I think I would actually put it up a little bit higher, but that's more of my choice on where I placed it. I do actually have another one of these like little crosses that has some hooks on it for bird stuff on the other side of the house. So I might try that later on and see if I like that position better. But I really like how bright this thing is. They did a really great job designing it to make it solar panel. I don't want to have to run electric all the way around my fence, which is about 100 feet, 150 feet. This solar panel just takes care of it, and that light lasts a really long time throughout the whole night. And so very excited about that. I love all the features that the remote has. It allows you to set it for so many different things at different hours or times that you want it set. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more of my content. Hope you have a great day.